Welcome to In My Shoes, here with Jordyn Bailey.
So, the In My Shoes podcast is a podcast that explores cultural identity and connection to place. So, Jordyn, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Hey guys, thank you for having me on In My Shoes podcast.
No
It's really
problem,
cool what
thank
this
you.
podcast does, getting to know the youth and the culture, connections to place that they have. So I think it's really cool. I am Jordyn. I'm from the Central Coast, but I am Māori, so I'm from New Zealand. And in New Zealand, in Te Reo, which is the Māori language, to introduce yourself, you say a pepeha. So I'm going to introduce myself. Ko Horano toku ingoa ki te maunga o kohu nui, ko te wairoa te awa, ko umopoe te marae, ko maraitai te muana, ko pukikawa te pata whito. Nō reira, tēnei koutou katoa. Nice to see you guys. Nice to meet you.
So, extending a little bit on that, what are some things you like to do with your spare time?
Things I like to do with my spare time, some of my hobbies. I would say I enjoy sports, enjoy ping pong, volleyball, basketball, rugby league, just all the sports. And I love Roblox.
Of course.
Yeah.
Is there any, special game, your favorite game ever?
Roblox.
Even over any active sport, just Roblox over all that?
Yes.
Fair enough.
Roblox is great, guys. But I like Roblox. I like social media, just like scrolling and stuff.
Yeah, fair
Bit of
enough.
a doom scroller here, but it's alright.
Do you feel like social media brings in more of your culture or pushes it away?
There's definitely lots of Polynesian content. I know if you're, scrolling on the FYP and you just search up Polynesian, anything, dances, creators. I know there's lots of influencers that are Polynesian. A lot of sporting people.
Yeah.
I know that. And I know there's a couple people, that are pretty looked down on. I think there's a lot that you can do with Polynesians on social media platforms. There's lots of content there. I think people stereotype Polynesians. They still don't understand much about the culture, it's haka, all that kind of stuff,
So
it's very
hate all over social media and all that.
not really hate, more like misunderstanding. I feel like they don't understand some
Yeah.
people.
Yeah.
But that's with anything. That's with any culture, cultural appropriation and that kind of stuff. But there's lots of love for Polynesians though. I know that. I know lots of people love the Polynesian culture and feel very invited and inclined to those kind of people. So I know that's a good thing. So.
How have you stayed connected to your culture on the Central Coast?
On the Central Coast, at school, it's really nice. We have a Pacifica whānau, so it's not only just Māori, it's not even just Polynesian, it's just the whole of the Pacific Islands, which is Melanesia, Micronesia, Polynesia, of course. And it's just a combination of everything, everyone at my school that is Pacific Islander, we just all meet up at this place every Tuesday morning, and we all just, talk about our culture, play sports together, just get to know one another, because we are a community in that school. We are a small community in a big community, and it's really nice to know that there are people like you around.
Yeah.
So it's really nice.
So with school, I know you've got the Pacifica whānau group and all that. Do you feel like there's any negatives towards school, anything that's general misunderstanding with students to take it negatively and say things to you or?
No, I think mostly people understand who we are as people. I think people actually like us, We're like, oh, that guy's Polynesian, he's cool, eh? It's I don't know, I feel like we're very appreciated at school because we're different, But it's a good thing to be different at this school.
Yeah.
So it's good. And I know that not only in my school, but there's some other schools like Wadawa and Gorican. I know they've got Polynesian groups.
Yeah.
But I know there's still some groups that I still know that schools around here still don't have those kind of outlets for young Polynesian people. So I think it would be a good thing to start putting that up at all schools. So Polynesian community in those schools come together, because I know my cousin from St. Bridget's, he doesn't have a Polynesian group, but he knows of the poly kids there, so they all meet up anyways, but it's still, I'd like to have every school have that kind of thing for everyone, in the Polynesian community. It'd be great. So everyone knows that there's people like them in their school and they can go to them if they need them.
Yeah.
So,
Would you say there's anyone in your time growing up here on the Central Coast that has helped connect you to your culture?
Definitely growing up, my family, of course. They connect me to people that I don't know, but I get to know them and I form a connection to those people. You know, I could be walking out in public like, hey, I recognize you. Just because we look alike or we're Polynesian or you just remember each other from being introduced. So it's nice to know that people are around you here, you know?
Yeah.
It's just nice to see, like, hey, how you going? How's your mom? Just like that. Or like just going to school and being like, hey, like just meeting up with all my like Polynesian community in my school, just anywhere. It's really nice.
Yeah. With like living on the Central Coast and all that, do you feel like any like disconnection from your culture or like
Well, of course, living in Australia it's not going to be the same as New Zealand. You know, I definitely still try and enforce, those Māori values and traditions that we do.
yeah.
You know, we are try and be as close as we can. Because, of course, it's not going to be the same as what we are like in New Zealand. You know, we're meeting up with family over there, maybe. But we do we do what we can with what we have. So,
Yeah, yeah.
making food, it's our love language. Making some food and fry bread, hangi, all that kind of stuff. And just the people. It's more the people. It's just nice knowing that there's someone in your corner culturally. So I think that's really good.
Yeah.
So it definitely helps with that connection.
Do you personally feel as though if there was young people going out looking for this connection to their culture as you have, do you think there's enough outlets for these Polynesian?
I know that there are people looking for places to meet other people. I can see it on social media and all that. And people are like asking like, oh, where can I go to like meet people like that are like me? So I know yearly that we do like individual like Polynesian island like celebrations. We got Samoa Day, Tonga Day, Māori Day, just everything. We try and celebrate as much as we can. And I know locally that we do those kind of organized like events like that, which is really nice. You get to meet the people, you get to eat the food, you get to just play games together, you just get to meet each other, just build a strong community in a community that's just not like built for Polynesians, because we kind of all just came over, colonization and all that. So we all just come together and do what we can with what we have, So we organize these days, we organize these events where we can all meet up, and we try and build these outlets for young Polynesians like me, so we can grow up and do this for the younger generation below us, So
Yeah.
it's really nice.
Yeah.
So it sounds like you have that really strong connection already there.
Definitely with community,
Yeah.
Polynesian community, yeah.
Would you recommend younger people who are looking to get that connection to go look for these things?
Of course, yeah. You gotta try and learn as much as you can with what you have. Definitely over here. I know it's hard, for young people to try and find where they fit in culturally, because I know it's hard to try and find outlets if you don't know where to look.
Yeah.
So it's good that these outlets, these places are like advertising, like, oh, we got a Polynesian Day coming up, or we got an event coming up, you guys should come. I think that's really good. I think it's really good to get everyone together, and so the younger generations can learn more. I think it's great.
Yeah. Growing up, like how present was like Maori culture and like what culture like aspects of it were present at the time?
I know growing up, I was with my family, my siblings.
Yeah.
So we try and do all we can with how it's like to live in Australia. It's hard. Growing up, did kapa haka, which is it's like this, how do you call it, this meetup that we have, and you just all meet up. We all eat together. We sing songs. We do hakas. We just try and learn as much as we can. And I know that it used to be. It's still over at Togra, I think. So it's local. It's local enough for people to come meet up, and it's great to try and meet up with everyone. And it's good it's like a nice way to learn, because it's not like, okay, this is how you do it. It's like, it's not like structured. It's just like, let's all meet up. Let's just learn what we can, we're going to teach each other what we know. And it's just so we can pass it down, just keep passing it down. So the younger generations can get to know more stuff like this about their culture. It's like a cycle. We all just recycle what we know from our culture and just pass it on. It's great.
Do you feel like since your family had moved to Australia, like the same culture has still been passed down, or has it like started to fade away?
I don't think there's such thing as culture fading away. I think it's always with you. No matter how much you think it's not there or not present, or how much you think you do have it, I think you always have connection to where you're from. No matter how much you celebrate it or not. I think my family coming from New Zealand, probably 90s. My mom, she came over. She was born here. She was born here, but her older siblings and stuff, They were born in New Zealand, but they're still the same. They're still culturally the same. They're both Māori. Okay, everyone's Māori in my family, so it's good. It's good to know that no matter where you are in the world, you're still who you are as culturally. You're still Māori, no matter where you're from.
Do you think the cultural background sometimes influences who you are today as a person, or maybe who you were in the past?
It's definitely helped me make some decisions. Joining polygroup, meeting new people. It's definitely helped me meet new people. Definitely, because they approach me, they'd be like, "Hey, are you Māori?" Like, yeah, and they just talk more about that. Like, I was working yesterday, and this guy I was serving, he's like, "Oh, I like your, this is called a tonga, my necklace. It symbolizes like what it means to me is that it's symbolizing strength. It's called a hook, so it's strength. So he's like, "Oh, I love your tonga. Where are you from?" It just starts a conversation. It's like getting to know people in my community, like that I'm Māori. So then he said, "Oh, where are you from?" And I just told him, I was like, "Yeah, I'm from Auckland area." It's like, "Oh, me too." It's so good. It's so good just to meet people that are like you, like just around. I was just working, so it was great just to be caught off guard like that. Like, "Oh, it's nice to meet you." Met a new person yesterday just from that, so it was
Yeah.
great.
How often do you feel like you meet more people that are like in your culture?
So I just feel like I meet because of my culture. It's not even just I just meet new people because of it.
Yeah.
It's so good because I just see someone who, I don't know, not even like stereotypically looks Polynesian, but they'll notice me. They'll notice my tongue and they'll be like, "Oh, are you Māori?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm Māori." Like, "Oh, me too. Where you from?" It just always strikes up that conversation, and it's like really good to meet people who know who I am, what I represent as a Māori. You know, as much as I'm not inclined to my culture, like as much as I feel like I'm not that like close to my culture as I want to be, I know there's people that recognize me as Māori, and it's just great. It's just really good. I love how people just approach me and be like, "Hey," and I just meet new people who appreciate who I am as a Māori.
Yeah.
So would you say that it's common for you to be socially accepted anywhere?
I definitely look different. I know I don't look like conventional Māori, like or like horsies, Edgar. Like I'm definitely a bit lighter, so I may look like very different to what you'd think a Māori would look like. But then again, I think that's a stereotype. I don't think Māori should look a certain way. We should all be celebrated the same because of who we are inside, not just because of what we look like. But still, yeah, I meet people and I don't think they care that much of what I look like. So I'll be like, "Hey, nice to meet you." And like, "Oh, you Māori?" Yeah, it's like they don't even care because, I don't look as much as you think I would look. So I know it's different, but it's the same still. They don't care what you look like. They still accept you for who you are.
Yeah. When it comes to like returning to New Zealand or like in the future to go back there, do you feel like a different type of connection like compared to being in Australia? And if so, like why?
It's the same. It's the same. It looks the same. But then, when you really get to be amongst like New Zealand community, like all the places there, it's very different, but it's similar. But it's just the people there. It's just so different. We're all the same. Culturally. We're all Māori. No matter how much Māori, we are still a Māori community. So I go over there, I'll meet new people, I'll meet my family that I don't get to see or I've never met before, and it's great. I go to marae, so that's basically like a meeting house where we all meet up, and it's great. I get to meet them, we get to sing, it's great. Singing is a way to really communicate in my culture. So singing haka, even though it was a war dance, it's now celebrated. It's a way to share with others how we represent ourselves in our culture. So it's great. So I'd go over to New Zealand, get to be amongst all that, and it's very different. But it's really nice. And coming back, it's definitely changed how I view my life and how I view my choices. It's like, oh, it's really changed. It's really changed how I looked. Definitely when I went back when I was like 12 years old, like ages ago. I need to go back soon. Hey, but yeah, it definitely changes how you look of where I live now. It's very different, but it's nice. It's home, Central Coast. It's where I've grown up, so it's nice.
One thing I'm a little bit curious about, is there any one particular part of your culture that you would say is ultimately your favorite part that you wish maybe other cultures took on?
I know in Australian culture, they aren't. I wouldn't say they aren't inviting, but it's like we all Australian, g'day mate, all that. But I feel like Polynesian, like, they want to invite you. They want to be like, you want to learn our ways, we'll teach you. It doesn't matter what you look like, who you are as a like cultural being. It's like, you want to learn about poly, you want to learn about how to sing these songs, you want to learn how to do this haka. We'll teach you. We'll teach you all these ways. And I think it's really good that we are in that inviting of a community that will just take on anyone. And it's just really nice to know that we are that kind of people.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Oh,
I've
thank
really
you guys
enjoyed
very
listening.
much. It was really nice to share what I think, Central Coast is like for me as a Māori person, my culture, where I'm from, my connection to my place, my identity as a culture, So it's really nice to see how that all weaves together and makes who I am. And it's really nice that you guys sat here and asked me about it. So thank you guys very much.
No
And
problem.
thank you for giving us your insights on your culture. It's amazing to hear everything and the way you describe it so enthusiastically.
Oh, thank you so
It's
much.
amazing to
Of
hear.
course.
Thank you.